Alright, so King-Ohger episode 38, Steadfast Idol Debut. Now, going into this episode, I honestly didn't know what to expect. I thought this would be a weird episode, and although it was a bit of a weird episode, it was a fun episode to enjoy, and it sort of flipped the whole narrative, what a lot of people are expecting, what this episode might be about going into it. So this episode was a Rita-focused episode, and Rita hasn't had a lot of focused episodes within the past couple of weeks of King-Ohger. There's been a few, and I thought we were going to get one a while ago when we first met Gluty, whatever you want to call him, and then that turned into sort of like a Rita and then like a Himino-focused episode, but mostly a Himino-focused episode where it focused on the return of Gluty. But this episode was like a America's Got Talent, an idol competition episode where Rita was competing to be an idol, and a lot of people were confused about what exactly was going on. Now, the whole reason why Rita became an idol, the whole twist was turned upside down and turned on its head because there was scenes where the characters were trying to discover why Rita was trying to become an idol. Did Rita always want to become an idol? Was it always their dream to be an idol? But no, in the end, Rita was going undercover because, like they said a couple of episodes ago, I think they mentioned this, and that was that they were investigating the Galactabugs. So, because they had this whole idol competition going on, Rita thought they could join, they could sort of learn a few things from them, and probably strike when their guards down while this whole idol thing is going on. And it was like a fun little episode. Like, you got to see Rita unmasked and doing a little idol dance and stuff like that, and then there's this weird fourth wall break where they bring in a famous idol and they realize they're in a tokusatsu, and then they sort of go away, so I guess that's their famous cameo for the episode. And this episode did have some pretty good jokes in it, with everyone trying to discover why was Rita being an idol. Like, you had Jeremy finding sort of like the Mofin plushie, and Jeremy says, oh, this is the only thing that connects you to your parents because they left you at a young age and you don't know where they are, and you think by being an idol they'll somehow see you on TV. And he goes on to make this big dramatic backstory, and Rita's like, no, I made this myself, and my relationship with my parents is actually quite healthy. I see them a fair bit. And then, like, after Rita walks off, you have Himino, like, looking around the corner, just having this smug look on her face, which was kind of funny. And then you've also got Himino thinking that Rita always wanted to be an idol, but that's not the case. And then at the end you have like Gira and Mofinia making these big dramatic speeches why they love Rita so much and why Rita needs to be the supreme justice, because although everyone hates Rita, they still need Rita to be the judge, jury and executioner, because, you know, the world needs justice despite Rita being such a harsh person. But that's not the case, because in the end you find out that Rita was doing it to be undercover, but everyone blew the cover in the end, which was kind of a funny scene, because like you have this big dramatic scene where characters are crying and tearing their eyes out, but yeah, that was like not on the money with what they were speculating, which was a fun scene, a really fun scene as well. Now, this episode did set up two major things, one of them leading into next week's episode, and the other one being the big mystery for one of the characters we're going to be talking about later on in the video, in the review, in the recap, in the rumblings, whatever you want to call it. But first thing, you have this fun moment at the start of the episode where Dabowski and Yanma decide to sneak off, because if there's no supreme justice, then if they start causing trouble, then no one's there to arrest them. So one of the things they said with Yanma in this episode is that him and his lackey, they go back to his kingdom, because they sneak in there, because you have this moment during the idol competition where Hilbil, or Hirubir, whatever you want to translate their name as, they come here and they start having sort of like this idol off with Rita, although most of it is off screen, because there's this moment where Rita can't hold their posture and they end up falling over. But because Hilbil is off at the idol competition, that means Yanma and his lackey are able to sneak into, I believe they're in Enkaposa. They're in that kingdom, and they were able to get one of the super duper hard drives, or the ultra hard drives for the computer. And there's this moment where Yama's told, saying, hey, if you get caught again sneaking around here, you're probably not going to get thrown. I think he does say you're going to get thrown in jail, but something worse might happen to you if you're caught around here. He does give him that warning. And there's a moment near the end of the episode. So Rita has this fight near the end of the episode with, I believe, Shirokara and Minogen Moth, or just Mothman call him. And this fight seems really cool because Rita's able to hold their own against Mothman and Shirokara, and it's a really great fight scene, like really, really great fight scene as well, because the fight choreography was really freaking great for this scene. Really great Rita moment as well, as Rita was able to take back their country as well. So, Motham, whatever you want to call him, this character is quite the mystery because he's barely been seen since his introduction, and he's kind of like the tank, the grunt, the Groot, if you want to call him that. He's sort of like the mindless tank, you could say, because when we first saw him, he speaks in grunts, he's got this very deep voice that's very down here and like that. But in this episode, when he talks during the idol competition, his voice is more lowered, sort of polite, you could say, with his speech pattern, which is very interesting to note. And the voice actor's been around for a while. I'm looking at their resume now. They've done a couple of stuff. They were Poochie in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They voiced, I believe, the Gokai phone. They voiced that. They've done a fair bit of voices in anime here and there, from what I can see looking at their resume. And one of the things you notice with Mothman is after the fight, Rita does say during their investigation they were able to notice one thing about Motham, or Moth, or Minojin Moth, whatever you want to call him. I know I get these names for the Galacta Beast wrong, but hey, it's fun. It's a little funny bit. Plus people correct me. It helps with the algorithm. But there's this moment where Rita notices something weird about their chest, and it cracks open. And it's hard to realize what they're setting up with that mystery. Either something's inside of him, or there's something more powerful about this character, because after when they go back to the Galacta Beast hideout, they cut back to that place, he's back to doing the weird, grunty, deep, sort of stupid voice, compared to his polite voice that he was doing throughout the episode. So there's something to notice about that character, and they kind of hint at there's something more to Minigan Moth than meets the eye. So definitely keep an eye on that character for the next couple of episodes, probably leading up to the finale, because something big might be happening with them. But yeah, that was King-Ohger episode 38. I enjoyed it. I got a kick out of it. It was a fun little episode. I'm excited to see what it's setting up for the next episode as they're taking back the rest of the kingdoms, because now we've only got 2 more kingdoms they need to take back, that being Yama's kingdom and of course Gira's kingdom. So it looks like we'll be getting those episodes within the next couple of weeks and leading into the finale of King-Ohger, so I'm excited to see where that is going to go. But overall, this was a fun episode. Some good jokes in there, some cool fight scenes, and some fun character moments as well. But what did you guys think of it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care. Bye.